of times, mate, I hit the wall. It's just the same rooms and the same Zoom, and I thought it'd be over by fall, but it's carried on. And even though there's been some moments of laughter, I'm begging you please, can we just go back to happy normal after? And so we welcome you all here tonight to lock down but not out. It's a boxing phrase, the year's amazing, whether we'd make it was in doubt. But tonight is a chance to pause, reflect and celebrate and see there is always hope wherever this little rascal of COVID may be. We understand that this year has been really hard and so tough. We've lost loved ones and freedoms, and we couldn't even take the bus. So sit back, relax and let us entertain you tonight. For one night only, we welcome you all, peeps, to Intro Outro Live. Lockdown inside, thousands cry, studying every angle of this room. It's been a year, lockdown and tears, thankful for FaceTime and for Zoom. Lockdown inside, thousands cry, studying every angle of this room. It's been a year, lockdown and tears, thankful for FaceTime and for Zoom. Lockdown inside, 1,000 times I've cried, studied every angle of this room. It's been a year, lockdown and tears, thankful for FaceTime and for Zoom. Thankful for FaceTime and for Zoom. This could have gone smoother. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lockdown But Not Out 2021. And we hope that we never have to do this again. We hope there is not a Lockdown 2022. Welcome, everybody. We're so thrilled that you've chosen to join us tonight. My name is Ben. I'm the host of Intro Outro, and this here is Beth. She's been on loads of videos. And, Beth,
hello.
welcome to you.
Oh, I am so excited. Tonight is going to be absolutely incredible, but I'm slightly doubtful that we can top what we've just seen Ben and Josh do in the song. And in fact, I would love to see if you could share some of your rapping talent with us right now, because I enjoyed it so much.
That's the immediate stitch up we were all hoping for. We welcome you all here tonight to Lockdown But Not Out. It's a boxing phrase, the year's amazing, whether we'd make it was in doubt. There you go, that was alright, wasn't it? Were you expecting more?
No, that's my shocked face. It was actually good.
Wow, thank you so much.
I wasn't sure how no preparation was going to go down, but that was really good.
There you go.
Skills.
Throwing it at you. Well, welcome everybody. We're so thrilled that you've joined us tonight, as we said, to Lockdown But Not Out. You could be anywhere, but you've joined us tonight. Beth, why don't you talk us through a little bit about this evening?
I would love to. We have got so much in store for you guys tonight. We've got our very own house band, The Sense, who are going to be with us all evening. We are going to be getting some wisdom from Agony Uncle Steve. We have got a quiz and opportunities for you to win yourself some delicious prizes. Oh, yes. And we have got, at the end of the evening, what you've all been waiting for, you've all been dying to see. That is a world record attempt live tonight in the studio. Yes.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. And the chat function is there. We want you to participate in this evening. Don't just sit back, relax and enjoy. Grab another device and join in on the chat as well. Let us know, and we're going to be doing some shout outs throughout the evening. And right off the bat, there is a chance for you guys to win an Uber Eats voucher. A £50 Uber Eats voucher.
We are so generous.
Goodness,
oh
yes we are.
Goodness.
And all you have to do to get your hands on that 50p, it's not 50p.
That's not very generous.
Yeah,
50p.
genuinely, £50 Uber Eats voucher is all you have to do is tag us on an Instagram story. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching with. If you're having a watch party, tag us in there, and you guys will be in with a chance to win a £50 Uber Eats voucher.
I have a question
yes.
for you, Ben. What's the Instagram handle for those who may not know?
Great question. It is at Intro Outro YT. All the links are in the description if you get lost, and we'll put it in the chat as well, so you can head over, tag us in an Instagram story, and you'll be in with your chance to win that. Before we move on, let's find out how Tom got on from the practice of the world record attempt. But before that, we need to meet tonight's guest announcers. They are absolute legends. I love them to bits, and I can say that because they're my parents. But I love everybody as well. There's a reason. And so, guys, tonight they are our guest announcers. The reason they're our guest announcers is because last time we did anything live on Intro Outro, we filmed it on our phones, and they wanted to be involved so much that my mum decided to call me halfway through the stream, and it killed the stream. Absolutely, the sound man is on it. It killed the stream, and we lost it. We had to reboot it. So tonight we had to give them a very specific job. So, ladies and gentlemen, here are our guest announcers.
Oh my goodness!
No, you can't phone in, darling. Honestly.
Well, I really thought I was helping and encouraging and supporting.
No, it wasn't helping at all. It was the worst thing that could happen.
I realise that now. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to Intro Outro. Lockdown, but not out. Special evening. We're delighted to be your guest announcers. I think that's what we are.
We are your guest announcers.
Privileged. My name is Tim. This is Helen. Tim and Helen Cutting. That name may ring a bell or give you a clue.
Yes, we actually are the parents of Benjamin Cutting, and very proud of him, really.
Well, someone
very
had to
proud.
do it, so that's our job.
Yeah,
and,
it is our job.
I think we ought to say sorry. Anyway, we're the guest announcers. We're announcing. Oh, yes.
Oh, we are announcing.
Tom, is it Tom or is it? It's not me, Tim.
No, it's definitely Tom.
Okay, Tom is going to attempt a world record live. I think it's something to do with donuts or something like that. So, let's find out how Tom got on and what he's going to be taking on as a world record.
Right, Tommy boy,
Benny boy.
fill us in. What are we doing?
I want to have some donuts.
Yes.
I'm going to see how many donuts I can balance on top of one another simultaneously.
We basically looked for a world record for
Yeah.
absolutely ages.
Yeah, it took a long time. There was a lot of, because obviously with my history with the whole chin situation, that would have been my ideal choice. But it turns out that there's someone who over lockdown has made it their mission to break as many records as they can. They've gone with chin balancing as one of their main attributes. And for logistical purposes, more than anything, we don't have that much time during the evening to commit to that. And also we're going to be inside, which limits the chin to ceiling clearance that will be available to us. So
Yeah. What are you thinking?
they are a lot rounder on top than I had in my head.
Well, that's a positive.
No, it's not.
Oh.
I want to be flat on top. Right, glazed. I'm going glazed. How many comes in there? 12?
The record at the moment,
Is 12
so it's balancing those and then one of those on top.
for the final showpiece.
Are you happy with those?
I mean, it's plenty of donuts.
Let's buy a box of me just in case.
These aren't the ones we're going to use, though, are they? We've got to go because they'll be stale. Will that be allowed?
No, well,
These are
these
practice.
just practice ones. Yeah.
And then I'll have to eat all 24 of these.
Yeah.
Plus 15 mini ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make that happen.
Right, let's do it. That sets the scene for you. Tom's about to go and practice balancing these. We'll fast forward a few weeks to the live event, which is where we'll be.
Yeah, we're there now.
We're there right
while
there.
you're watching this.
Yeah,
we're here.
Yeah.
But we're there.
Man, this
Time
is
is gripping.
crazy. Let's see Tom practicing, then back to the studio.
This is actually trickier than I thought it would be. It's genuinely a bit tricky.
Tommy boy, you have joined me right here. Show us.
Oh, hello!
Oh my goodness,
I wasn't close.
so close. Tom, first things first, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well.
How was your day?
I had a nice day. Yeah, it was a
What did
good
you do?
day. I've been outside a lot today. It wasn't the sunniest day, but I've got an allotment, so I spent a lot of day down the allotment, digging, planting some seeds, hanging out with my family. It was nice.
So,
Nice day.
zero prep for what you're about to do tonight.
Correct. Yeah, I thought today would be just a day off from the stress and pain of practicing and rehearsing. So yeah, today I did have a day off from practicing. Yeah.
Amazing. Tom, why don't you just talk us through very briefly what the world record actually entails?
I've been waiting for this.
Correct. So as we saw in the video before, I'm going to be attempting to balance some donuts, not on my chin.
Just to clarify.
It's a shame, height and all those things, but balancing donuts on top of one another in a tower on a table. The current world record is 12 donuts. That's the kind of standard I'm aiming for. So if I get to 12, I match the world record, which would take me as a victory. If I get to 13, it is an unofficial breaking of the world record.
Yeah, absolutely. How honestly do you feel about it tonight?
How honestly do I feel?
Yeah, how honestly do you feel?
Honestly, I feel.
How do you feel honestly?
I feel mixed. So I've done some rehearsals and some practices, none today, obviously, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
But I've got close. I don't think I've quite got it. So it's within a minute. You have to balance them. They have to be up in a minute, and at the end of a minute, I have to take my hands away, and then they have to freestand for 3, possibly 5, 3 seconds for it to count. And so I've had some that were very close to getting to that. I'm not sure I've quite reached that 3-second freestand, but I think it genuinely tonight could go either way.
Okay. And obviously, if it does, it will be absolutely phenomenal.
Massive.
But if it doesn't, it will still be, hopefully, a really good night. Now, you are closing the show.
Yeah.
No pressure.
A bit of pressure.
So, I mean, loads of pressure. Because if you don't do it, it will leave people on a real downer as we send them off back into the evening.
And that is my aim.
Absolutely. Tom, why don't you talk us through very quickly your technique? Talk us through the technique. What are some of the challenges that you've faced?
The biggest challenge, I'd say, is gravity.
Yeah. A genuine issue for a lot of us.
Yeah, all the time I find that an issue, but specifically in this challenge, because if there wasn't gravity, they'd just stay exactly where I left them.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously, what tends to happen is I thought when we were preparing for this and when we were planning it, I thought donuts are just like kind of flat rings that are flat on the top and the bottom, so they'll just like stack. It'll just be easy. It'll be a tower, but they're not quite as evenly made in the supermarket production lines I hoped.
What?
I know. Tell me about it. And so there's like you have to like balance them, and obviously that's the aim of the game. But like you have to like overhang them sometimes and kind of like put them off center so they like keep that equilibrium.
Wow. Yeah. And it is key that you can't just obviously remove your hands and when it topples, like that, it has to stay there for 5/3 seconds. We're saying
because that's not balancing. Otherwise, it's just how many donuts can you hold in a tower at once
and then let go.
And that's a different challenge.
That is a different challenge. Guys, I thought 12 seemed very, very easy when we first looked at it and first saw the videos you did in the VT just then. But let me tell you, it is absolutely difficult. I was going to say absolutely horrendously challenging, but that felt too extreme.
Okay, a bit too much
pressure. So, guys, get your encouragements for Tom in the comments. Let him know that you are rooting for him, you are cheering him on, and we are going to head back now to our guest announcers to find out what's next. Let's go.
Wow, that looks incredible, Tom. I can't wait to see that attempt. It's an unofficial world record, so technically it won't ever make its way into the Guinness World Records or to the book. Is there still a book? I think there is, isn't there? Yeah. Anyway, next up, looking forward to that. That's later on in the show. Don't miss it, guys. But now, a little bit of something different, I think.
Yeah, next up we've got a quiz. Ben is going to give you all the details and explain it all to you. But it is all about your observational ability, and so that will be fun, and there'll be questions, and Ben will actually explain to you how to enter, but there will be a prize, so it will be very worthwhile doing.
Yeah. Do you think I could win? Because I've observed, I think Ben has lost weight.
Yes, he definitely has.
He's
lost
looking
weight.
good, isn't he?
He is looking very good.
Anyway.
Very impressed with him, but you can't win. Sorry.
Oh no.
No, sorry.
Mum and Dad, you are ever so kind. I have, in fact, lost a couple of pounds since the start of the year, so thank you. Is that laughter or is that cheer? I hope that's cheer. Thank you so much, Mum and Dad.
Yeah, however, if you're sat there at home and you want to gain a few pounds, both physically and financially, we have got our second £50 takeaway voucher of the night, everybody. Yes, we do. This time it is £50 Just Eat voucher. Now, I know you're all sat there going, what have I got to do to get my hands on this £50 voucher, Beth? Well, let me tell you, there is going to be a 40-second clip shown, and you need to use your observant eagle eyes, use your eyeballs with precision to watch this video, to scan it for every detail. Myself and Ben will then ask 10 questions, and you guys have got to answer those questions, and the person who gets the most correct will win themselves the much-coveted £50 voucher. Oh, yes. Yes.
Absolutely, they will indeed. And so make sure, if you're watching this in a watch party, this could be your game. Make sure that certain people are watching out for certain things. All you have to do to enter is in the link in the description in this video will take you to another page on your web browser, and there you can answer all the questions, write your team name, and then there's 10 questions there, and then submit them after we've asked you, and then you guys will be in with a chance to win that £50 Just Eat voucher. So without further ado, B, are you ready?
I am ready. So get yourselves comfy, get yourselves ready and eagle-eyed and observant, because it's time to watch the video.
We are not out of the woods yet.
Would you like a drink?
I'd like to be able to breathe.
But we're going to wave you goodbye.
Forwards, forwards, diagonal, up, diagonal.
That's the energy that we need.
That people panic purchased was being.
Okay guys, we hope that you have been watching that very carefully, and you need to make sure that you've clicked on the link in the description to get those forms up. If you're watching as a group, just make sure that someone has got it up for you. But if you need an extra moment to get your forms up, Ben's going to share an interesting fact with you all.
Yes, he is. Did you know you can push a cow upstairs, but you can't push a cow downstairs? And the reason is because the way their legs move.
Is that true?
They've got odd hinges in their legs, and so you cannot. I mean, physically, you could push a cow downstairs. It would not be.
Is that actually true?
It might not move, but you could actually, technically, push it downstairs.
Okay,
But
okay,
actually, they can climb upstairs, but you can't push it downstairs because it struggles with the. That's why farms are all on level playing field.
Ah.
There you go. You should have your forms ready by now.
Yes,
B,
you should.
let's answer those questions. I'm going to ask question number 1,
Yeah,
which
go for
is,
it.
what is written on the hat that Bojo is wearing, the hard hat that Bojo is wearing at the start of the video?
Okay, nice. Enter your answers for number 1. Question number 2. At what exact time does the toilet roll first hit the rim in the attempted trick shot?
Great question.
Yes.
Great
You've got 4
question.
options here. So is it A, 1 minute 56, B, 1 minute 53, C, 1 minute 54, or D, 1 minute 52? Very precise there.
Very precise. Next question. Shout out to the people of Derby!
Woo! Derby!
Yes. Just to say, my auntie and uncle, Uncle Pip and Auntie Ali, live in Derby. They're not from Derby originally; they're actually from Ipswich, so they're not even from Derby. But we can't get into their heritage right now. How many people can be seen clapping in Derby? That is question number 3. How many people can be seen clapping in Derby? Shout out to you, Derby.
Yes, indeed. Question number 4 has nothing to do with Derby, I'm afraid, but it is how many fizzy drinks bottles can be seen during the filming with Ben and Liberty? That's how many fizzy drinks bottles can be seen during the filming with Ben and Liberty.
Some of you are thinking right now, I wish I'd observed all that was. This is one of the toughest questions we've ever had on Lockdown and Not Out, and this is the first time we've ever done it, so it really is the most difficult question we've ever asked. What is the film being advertised on the bus in Bow? Or is it Bow?
Or Bow.
We think it's Bow. London, Bow. It's Bow. So is it A, Onward, B, Tenet, C, No Time to Die, or D, Wonder Woman 1984?
Ooh, have you seen any of these films? Any recommendations?
I'll give you a clue. I mean, that was me.
Sorry.
Just to clarify,
Sorry.
that was me going backwards because I have seen Tenet. I didn't want to spoil it too
Oh.
much. It's a confusing film. Let's move on with the evening.
Well, I was actually going to say, in case anyone doubted your talent, just do that again for us.
Yeah, of course I will.
Great.
That is me
Yeah, there you go.
rewinding.
If you ever want a summary of a film, Ben's your man. Moving on, number 6. What is written on Channel 17 as the news broadcast title? So what is written on Channel 17 as the news broadcast title? My words stopped working then.
Yeah, they did, but that's okay. In true Tenet fashion then, ties there on have Farage Nigel behind standing men to the do pattern what? And if you've watched Tenet, you would have got that, and you would have recognised that is what pattern do the two men standing behind Nigel Farage have on their ties? That is question number 8.
Yeah, and not on their
Thank you so
toes,
much.
as I misread the
We
question
did think it
earlier.
was that.
Ties, not toes, everybody. And number 9, what is the order shouted during the hopscotch style game?
Yes.
What is the order?
There is five instructions of directional
cheeky hint for you
instructions.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. B, you were in that video.
I was indeed. Good workout. Good
Yeah, what-
workout. And forever etched in my brain. I don't think I'll ever forget the order of that ever again.
Just for the sake of this, what is the order? Kidding, because that's the
I was
answer
gonna
to
give
the
the answer
question.
away. I was
Yeah,
like,
you were.
Ben, can't give free answers.
The last question, question number 10, is actually a tiebreaker. So if you guys basically get 9 out of 9 and everybody gets 9 out of 9, we will go to the tiebreaker question, and the closest to the answer will win the prize. So, B, why don't you ask us the question, please?
Okay, everybody need to lean in and listen to this. So, of the intro-outro videos that we used in that clip, how many total views did they receive? Once again, of the intro-outro videos we used, how many total views did they receive? You need to hedge your best bets to the closest number that you think it is.
Yes, you do. That is a fantastic question. No multiple choice for that one because obviously it's a tiebreaker. So we hope that the closest will win that prize.
Yes, indeed. Now, you need to be super speedy with your forms because you only have until the end of the next guest announcer segment to get your form sent in to be in with a chance of getting
What?
that £50 voucher, which is the very next thing coming up. So without further ado, let's go visit our guest announcers.
So how do you think it's going?
I think it's.
I'm loving this guest announcing.
So am I. I just think
You're
it's
a
so
natural.
easy. Well,
You should have your own YouTube
well,
channel.
Honestly, I don't know why I haven't
I don't know
really,
why.
but
Anyway,
Oh,
we're
are
back.
we back? Oh, we're back.
Sorry.
Okay, so submit your answers to that wonderful quiz because the prize is really worth having. Next up, we've got something very different in a agony uncle.
Oh, yeah. Agony Uncle Steve. Now, Steve is Ben's housemate. We've met Steve, and slightly bizarrely, he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't show his emotions. You can never tell what he's thinking, feeling, or anything. Bit of a bizarre choice, but we think it will probably be brilliant. So, your questions have been submitted. Steve is going to answer them, and it'll be fun.
It will be lots of fun. Can't wait for this one.
This is Steve. Steve doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. In fact, he keeps his heart very hidden. So we thought he'd be perfect for Agony Uncle.
Oh! Hello, Studio Ben. You're looking very nice tonight in that nice salmon pink shirt and the denim jacket.
Oh, you've already
What do you think?
Have you already decided what you're wearing?
Yeah.
Sorry. Very quick change, Ben, in this live segment that we are doing live.
Off the back of the last video, a few weeks ago we did, you showed your wonderful sense of humour, but also your perhaps non-emotional side.
I showed my non-emotional side, but by lacking any emotion.
Yes, yes. What a wonderful video idea if we got young people to submit life's toughest questions to you as their agony uncle. And you have no idea what these questions are.
Never seen a single one of them.
Okay, this was submitted from James, shout out to James if you're watching, who is 17. How does it feel to live with a TV star?
Ooh. I wouldn't know. In many ways, I want to know how a TV star feels living with a software salesperson. My lounge our lounge quite often gets taken over as it is tonight with lights and cameras and stuff, which interrupts me watching Suits. Quite often get sort of dragged into videos that you don't really want to do.
Dragged in, he flipping loves it.
To be fair, really, really good housemate.
That's the most emotional I've ever seen you in that.
I really need to pull myself together.
In that moment. How do you deal with anxiety/fear of death?
Wow, that's a step.
That was from Ella via Instagram.
That's a good question, Ella, and that's a step up from...
Yeah, I thought I'd throw you off with a little level.
Gone from what's it like to live with a TV star, not really a TV star, to fear of death. As a Christian, I believe that there is life after death, and I believe that Jesus has won my eternity already. For me, whilst there is a fear of dying, if you like, the process of dying doesn't go away, I know that where I'm going is greater, and that helps to deal with the idea and the fact that life on this earth is limited and short, to know that there is a life that is to come, that is certain, based on something that happened in history, not on my own performance.
Jeez! Ella, I hope that answers your question. I think that's one of the greatest answers I've ever. I was a bit like, man.
Yeah, I need one now on like, what's my favourite type of paper or something.
Let's go for this one then. How do I know if I'm ready to date? That was from Sandra. I've changed the name, obviously. Sandra, who's 15 from Somerset.
Well, if you want my answer, normally goes through about sort of a 3-year process of pretending to just be friends.
Oh my goodness, this hurts.
I would say, don't rush into it. Has been my process. Make sure that this person is going to treat you well, that they like you for you and who you are.
It's really good. That's really excellent. It's really good advice. I can just see in your mind this, like, I have no idea what else to say. But
in many ways, I'm speaking to myself. You say Sandra 15, Steve age 27.
In Birmingham. We are on to our final question. It's my wedding anniversary on the 28th of April, and they've just opened golf courses, and my friend has asked me to play at Woburn that day. What do I do? That is from Nigel, 57, in Kent.
I mean, firstly, Nigel 57 is, of course, my father.
Yes. And he has submitted this.
This is a man who played a game of football on the day that his youngest daughter was born. He knows the answer to this question.
I'm going to give you 4 options.
Yeah.
Option A is your anniversary. You should never, ever be away from your wife on the anniversary. Option 2, go and play golf. Golf course has just opened up. You've just spent a whole year with your wife in lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds awful even saying that. Option 3, go and play golf in the morning, travel back, spend a nice evening, dinner, movie, spending time.
Yeah.
Option 4, take your wife
as the caddy. And this is the important one. Because I know my mum and dad really, really enjoy a nice walk together.
Right, okay.
So what's the difference between a walk and...
Oh my goodness. You're serious?
Is this not a really good idea?
Even when I said it, I panicked. Take your wife along to caddy.
Yeah. Is that not... I mean, it's great. It's killing 2 birds with one stone.
It's a good idea.
It's you get a nice walk for your wedding anniversary. You get to play golf. Yeah, I mean, it ticks all the boxes, really.
Wow.
Sorry, let me change my answer because I've just remembered she will watch this. Dad, don't play golf. Mother is very, very, very important. You can cut all the rest out.
Okay, I can do that, mate.
The rest didn't happen. I never suggested that she should caddy for him. That was not ever an option.
So there we have it. Steve, thanks for joining us on this Saturday night live.
It's Monday.
Thanks so much for joining us, Stevie boy.
No, it's been a pleasure.
Why don't you send it back to me in the studio?
Ben, back to you in the studio.
Nice, man.
And now what we're going to see is Ben do a very, very quick outfit change.
I need to go now.
Yeah. Are you gonna be dressed smarter?
Yeah, mate, of course I am.
Good.
Of course I am.
Good.
See you in a bit.
You look a bit sloppy at the moment.
Shout out to the ultimate agony uncle, Mr. Steve Richardson. I know you're at home and I know you're watching. Much love, brother. Shout out to you. You're absolute legend. Thank you for sharing life's wisdom with us. You're an absolute legend. B, speaking of shout outs, we've got loads more.
Yes, we do. You know, we've actually got a lot of love for Agony Uncle Steve in the chat here.
Yes, we
There's lots of people saying, go Steve, so good. We've also, I've noticed that there's quite a few people who've been commenting with the same surname as you, Ben.
Yeah.
Would they happen to be relatives?
They would, yeah. The cuttings are on tonight. Shout out to you. Much love, the cuttings.
Hello. So if you're a cutting and you have a fun or interesting story about Ben you want to put in the chat for everyone to experience, then go for it, because now is the prime time to embarrass Ben.
Wow.
So-
We've got one here from Stephen Herbert. Says, no pressure, but we need you to do this, Tom, to make everything okay.
Tom,
to
come
make
on, you need to
everything
do this
okay
later.
in 2021.
Everyone is behind you, but no pressure, you have to do it. That's basically what we've said.
Yeah.
But we've also got a few different groups of young people watching together with their youth leaders tonight. We've also got a group from Whitley Bay, which I'm from the northeast. It's a great place, so I'm biased. But they've given a little shout out to people in Whitley Bay watching this.
Amazing. Yeah, we've got lots of big fans of Derby. Somebody says, big up the Rams.
Hey!
Yes, Derby. Still no sign of Uncle Pip or Auntie Ali just yet, but we're hoping that they will join at some point. Toller says, the quiz was so difficult.
Oh, no.
I can say goodbye to the Just Eat voucher.
Oh,
Sorry, Toller.
I'm sorry for the disappointment that must have
so.
brought. Oh, someone's grandma says hi. So we say hi back to your grandma. Please pass on our hellos.
Oh, incredible. Keep your comments coming in. We can't wait to read more of those later on in the evening. But right now, as we've said, this year, this lockdown but not out is all about a chance to pause and reflect together as a community. Though sadly we can't be together in the same room, we can be together over YouTube. And so tonight is a chance that we really want to pause and reflect on the difficulty and the challenges that we know this year has been. But also, more than that, we want to celebrate and all together share the hope that we know that we have, and moving forward, we will find the hope again. And so tonight, Johnny Richards, a great friend of mine, is going to share some of his thoughts, and then we're going to have a moment from our house band, The Sense, as they lead us in a song together. So have a little watch of this.
Evening all, my name's Johnny. I hope you're out just having a good time tonight, enjoying a bit of COVID relief. We've had Ben rapping for us again. I mean, who would have thought that would happen twice? We've had some wisdom from Agony Uncle Steve, and we've got a world record coming later. Let's hope we've got a world record coming later. We've got an attempt at least. Amidst all that, I just want to take a few minutes to help you reflect on this last year and how it's been for you and all that we've faced and where we find life amidst all that's going on. If you think back to last March, think about how naive we were, how we were expecting a few months of lockdown and summer 2020 would be normal and everything would happen again, and here we are 3 lockdowns later. I was reading this week over 2.6 million deaths due to COVID worldwide. Today there's over twice as many people on benefits in the UK as there were a year ago. And I heard this week that 1 in 4 teenagers have self-harmed over this last year, and even 1 in 15 have attempted suicide. Listen, if that's you, just please do reach out to people around you for help, because people do care and are there. But we are reeling from it all, aren't we? We underestimated how big and how bad this is. And as tough as it's been, I think the thing that strikes me is that COVID isn't our biggest problem. Think of all that we've seen and experienced amidst this pandemic. Racism in society has been exposed again, hasn't it? Think of our news cycles this last week, where we've seen issues around sexism and sexual assault, and that's been all over the place. And we have our personal battles with loneliness and mental health struggles and these kinds of things. And COVID has exposed and drawn our attention to much deeper problems, actually. And I think too often we don't realise and underestimate how big and bad those are. You see, we will defeat COVID. At least we'll learn how to live with it, and we'll get vaccinated soon, and we'll be able to hang out with our friends again and have fun, go to the cinema, go on our holidays, go to festivals this summer. We will get our life back, and that will be so good. And yet, as good as all of that will be, is it going to be good enough? Given our problems, it's like sticking a plaster on a gunshot wound, really, isn't it? I don't know how you think we're to make sense of all this. I think it's helpful to realise that we have a more deadly virus that has swept across the whole world and we're all infected with, and we need to see that the problem is not just around us, but actually it's also a problem within us. You see, the reason I think that people, and we get involved in, say, the protests and with the Black Lives Matter movement or the vigils that we've seen recently, is that we want to associate with people like George Floyd and Sarah Everard, who are victims of great evil, and that's really a good and a great thing. But here's the terrible truth that I think we need to realise. We also find ourselves associated with those who committed those acts of evil against them. If we're honest, the problems that we have, the problems that I have, come from the same place. The Russian philosopher Alexander Solzhenitsyn said that the line between good and evil runs through the human heart. Runs through my heart, and it runs through your heart. You see, our community life is broken because we are broken. And we are broken because we have unfriended, blocked and muted the God who made us and who loves us. We have self-identified as people who are independent of this God and not those who are made in his image to live for his glory. This is the virus that we are all infected with, and we need an antidote. We need one who is free from that virus to make us well and to help us find true life again. I don't know exactly what's going on with COVID. I don't really understand all that's going on in the world, and I certainly don't get all the things that are going on in your life just now. But I do think in this moment, God has kind of stripped us back and is calling us out. This is an offer that Jesus makes. It's recorded in the Bible in John chapter 10. Listen to what Jesus says to us. He says, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Life to the full. You might think, really? It's outrageous. What does Jesus know about life to the full? Listen, you might not be sure that he can deliver on his promise, but don't you see how that's what we so desperately want and so what we also desperately crave after? What Jesus is saying here is that he is the antidote to the virus that we're all infected with. He is the only person who has lived a life that is not disconnected from God. He's the only person who doesn't have that conflict and that dividing line between good and evil within himself and in his heart. And so if we, by faith, are connected to Jesus, then we get that antidote. We are given the new genetic code that overcomes the virus in us and helps us deal with it and fight against it and its terrible effects. That's something of what Jesus is offering to do for us. And in doing that, we start to experience life to the full. This is the life that the God who designed us has designed us for. It's a life of peace and a life of acceptance, a life of forgiveness, a life of security and freedom and care, a life of satisfaction, of love and of hope and of joy. And do you know what, guys? A life like that never ends. Now, it's a fair question you might be thinking. Yeah, but Jesus' words come easy. I want to see some action. How are you going to back up this? How are you going to deliver on it? Well, listen, hear the very next words that Jesus says after he offers life to the full. This is what he goes on to say. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. You see, Jesus delivers life to the full for us by going to a Roman cross for us. And he backs that up by rising from the dead after that also for us. You know, amidst everything that's going on in the world, amidst everything that's going on in your life right now, Jesus holds out this offer to you tonight. Come to me. Come and receive life to the full. Come and receive life as the God who gives you every single breath, the God who holds your heartbeat in his hand, intends for you and wants for you. Maybe you didn't realize that Jesus offered you that. Maybe tonight, for the first time, you've realized how much you want and how much you need this. So what are we to do about it? Well, I suggest that you don't want to let that pass you by. Listen, you might think it sounds unbelievable or ridiculous even, but what if it's true? Now, you may have loads of questions, either the kind of you have just from your life around you before tonight or from anything I've said, and if so, I think that's absolutely great. I just want to say, ask them. Find a friend, maybe the person who sent you the link or invited you along to this, or maybe a youth leader or a local church. If you've really got no one else to turn to, then reach out to Interrupter on the socials or on the DMs or whatever to explore these questions. Ask your questions. But also don't miss the opportunity. As lockdown lifts, as you get vaccinated and some kind of normality comes back to life, don't just fill your life up with all this other stuff and think that it will satisfy deep in the soul. There was this African guy called Augustine who had a great crack at the high life when he went to uni. He lived for it all and he had it all. And do you know what? It didn't satisfy him. He was left empty. And so he called out to God and said this. He said, God, you have made us for yourself and we are restless until we find our rest in you. So if your soul is restless tonight, I want to invite you to come to God in Jesus Christ and receive life to the full and receive rest for your soul. He promises that anyone who comes to him like that, he will not turn away. Now you can do that right now just by talking to him in your own words, just like you talk to a friend. I just want to ask everyone to just take a moment, please, to close your eyes. Whoever you're with in the room, would you please just close your eyes for a moment and just be quiet. I just want to give space and quiet for those who want to do this, who want to call out to Jesus to do that. You can speak out loud to him if you want. It'd be a good thing to do, but if not, you can just speak with that kind of, that voice inside of our heart. He hears that. I'm not going to tell you what to say. Put it in your own words as you speak to him. But why don't you tell him in your own words that you're sorry that you've unfriended God in your life? Acknowledge before him what that's looked like for you in your life. Why don't you tell him that you want to take up his offer of life to the full? You want to benefit from his death and his resurrection. You want to be reconnected to God. And in your own words, commit your life to him as you do that. As you do this, know that it will cost you everything to follow him. But all that you gain will make that more than worthwhile. And finally, just tell him that you put your trust in him. Receive his love, receive his forgiveness, receive his life as you receive the Holy Spirit of God in your life. If you did that, I would just ask you to do one thing. Now, you can even grab your phone and kind of do it straight away, send someone a message. I want you to tell someone that you did that you prayed those things. So maybe a friend, a youth leader, a parent, a local church, if you have contact with them. If not, reach out to us on the socials. Reach out to Intro Outro and get someone to help you as you just work out what these next steps are for you. Listen, thanks for your time. I'm just really appreciative that you've spent these few minutes listening to me. I do hope and pray that you will find strength and hope and life as you move forward this year. Thanks.
It's so unusual, it's frightening. You see right through the mess inside me, and you call me out to pull me in and tell me I can start again. I don't need to keep on hiding. I'm fully known and loved by you. You wanna go home.
Welcome back, guys. And we just want to say that if you've made the decision that Johnny has invited you to make this evening, then, as Johnny said, why not tell somebody? Don't leave tonight without telling somebody. Maybe somebody who's invited you here tonight, maybe a youth group that you're a part of. Tell somebody if you've made that decision tonight. Well, Beth, why don't you tell us where we're going now?
Yes, indeed. First off, I just want to say that song was so beautiful. I thought that was amazing and so deep. But we are winding down for the night, but we have not one, but two things that we want to do with you guys before we break for the evening. The first is we are going to give the answers to the observation quiz and announce the winner. And then following that, it is going to be the world record attempt with Tom, where he will, no pressure, beat the record.
Yes, he certainly will. And I don't know what I'm more excited for, the fact that I'm about to say Derby again in question number 3, or the fact that Tom is going to attempt the world record. So let's go through the answers. Question number 1 was, what is written on the hat, the hard hat that Bojo is wearing at the very start of the video? It was Boma Kirkland, or Bauma Kirkland.
However we choose to pronounce it.
Yes, indeed.
The time at which the toilet roll first hits the rim in the trick shot is B, 1 minute 53.
Wow, again, what a great question. How many people can be seen clapping in Derby? Woo! Absolute shout out to Auntie Pip and Auntie Ali. We hope you're on by now. If you're still not watching, we love you and look forward to seeing you soon at Christmas.
Ben,
Yes.
we need to just rein it in.
Oh, okay. So sorry. So sorry, but shout out to you guys.
Wonderful.
It was 4. 4 people were clapping in Derby.
Okay,
sorry,
great.
I got sidetracked.
And if for the next question you said there were 7 fizzy drinks bottles while there was the filming with Ben and Liberty, you would be 100% correct.
Yes, you would. One of the toughest questions we've ever had. What film was being advertised on the bus in Bow or Bow? It was Onward.
Yes,
there you
it
are.
was.
You can see it there.
One of the latest Disney releases. Have you seen it, Ben?
I haven't actually seen it, no.
Oh,
I've
wanting
just
to
seen
see
the
it.
Hey.
There we go.
pretty good.
That is the content that everyone is here for tonight.
You're welcome.
That's particular.
You are welcome.
That and your cow facts. Anyway, moving on. For number 6, what is written on Channel 17 as the news broadcast title? There were 2 answers here you could have said. Either tracking the coronavirus or COVID-19 myths. If you got one of those, you'd have gotten a point. If you got 2, you've still got 1 point.
Yes, you did indeed. What pattern do the 2 men standing up behind Nigel Farage have on their ties? It was, of course, a Union Jack. They both had Union Jack ties.
Yes, and if you're wondering what the date was when Boris elbow bumps the key workers, it was C, July 13th, 2020.
Wow. What order was shouted during the hopscotch type game? B, why don't you say it and I will demonstrate?
Okay, it was forward, forward, diagonal, up, diagonal.
Yes. I've still got it.
Oh, there we go.
Never lose it.
If you want to try it yourself, socially distanced, then you can go and watch the video and then try it yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, socially distanced, of course. Now, the tiebreaker of the intro outro videos we used, how many total views did they receive? Ben.
It was 8,290.
Yes, it was. So, we've had many entries come in, and we can say that we have got a winner. We have had someone who beat all the rest, who has come out supreme champion, and that is, everybody listening up, it could be you. It is Poggers!
Shout out to you, Poggers.
Yes,
you have
it
won.
is.
What's he won, B?
£50 Just Eat vouchers, which is amazing. Now, in order for you to claim this, because you might be sat there wondering, how do I claim this? We need you to either DM us on Instagram or send us an email, both links in the description. And just so we can check the identity that it is you, we want you to put in how many views you said to the tiebreaker question.
Ooh, yeah.
And we will match it up with your answer. That is how we will tell it is you.
Yes, good. Right, B, we're about to go on to the greatest part of the evening.
Yes, we are.
Other than us mentioning Derby, we are about to go on to watch Tom perform his world record and smash it live on the stage right here. But first, we've got a final word from our guest announcers.
Well, we hope you're successful on the observation round, but we've got to say this evening has been great. Thanks for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Amazing.
We've enjoyed being guest announcers.
It's been so good.
It's been
Loved
good fun.
it.
I think there could be a little bit of a career in this for us in the future. Let us know what you think. Comment. If Helen should have
Like,
a YouTube.
subscribe, whatever you want.
You haven't got a channel yet, though.
Oh no, sorry, but when I do, could you like and subscribe?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Last up, but it's last but not least. We saved the best till last. It is now Tom's world record attempt. Unofficial, have to get that in. So if he does it, it's kind of incredible, but it won't find its way on the website or in a book. But this is going to be great, isn't
Yes,
it? So
it
Tom,
is.
we wish you well. Cheer him on. Come on, Tom, you can do it. Let's go.
Pete, could we have the jingle one more time, please? Welcome back to Lockdown, but we're not out. Jeez, Tommy boy, thank you so much.
Yeah, nice.
I do this for a job.
Well, good. You should.
Thanks very much, mate. How you feeling? First things first.
Wow.
The sound.
Didn't even have to open my mouth.
No, you didn't.
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I'm good. I've got my donuts ready. I'm feeling ready.
Good. Well, without further ado, donut mess this up. You're welcome, everyone. Mate, this is your chance. Now, we've got a minute on the clock. I am going to be on the stopwatch. I will tell you all the instructions, and then once it's a minute, you will have to remove your hands and see where you get up to. If you don't do it first time, we might have a few attempts at this, depending on the time. So, are you ready, sir? Yes, thumbs up because the mic's over there. Okay. Guys, get all the support in the comments. Big shout outs to Tom. This is a live, unofficial, as Tim Cutting has pointed out a few times. Unofficial. Here we go. Pete, can you cue the tense music, please? Thank you very much. And Tom, your time begins in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You can do it, Tommy boy. You can do it, Tommy boy. Don't not be messing up now. That's 5. He's really good at 5. He's very good at 5. 6 is so comfortable. 6 is so comfortable for Tom. 7 is ridiculously comfortable. Tom, that's 20 seconds gone.
Just another 12.
Honestly, you have so much time and you are genuinely doing so well.
It's got a beautiful tilt.
Right. Mate, you've got 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. How many? He's on 10 right now. You've got 2 more. You've got 20 seconds. 2 more 20 seconds. Oh my goodness. 15 seconds, Tommy boy. 15 seconds. Go 12. It's now or never. Go 12. It's now or never. 10 seconds. Readjust. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh my goodness! I mean, I counted 3 seconds and none of them had hit the table. Are you taking it?
I think I'll take that.
That is 100% the first time. Obviously, it's live. I was going to say this is the first attempt. That's what I'm so used to doing. You did it!
Yeah, I think, well, yeah.
That was 12.
12. That's equal.
So you matched the world record.
Yeah.
Should we try 13?
I think if we've got time, I'd like to go one more.
Oh, we absolutely have time. We're going to go one more. Tom, that was whatever happens tonight. Guys, he's matched it. What does that mean?
He's matched it.
I didn't even prep it, and they did it. They responded. You absolute legends. So we're going to go for 13. So we will have another go. But Tom, that was literally. We could send that off now and get maybe an official. I mean, we'll get onto that later. But Tom, you were going to have another attempt. Get the sugar off. Get the sugar off. Well, not off the table, but all right. Are we ready? Pete, can you cue the tense music again, please? Get ready, Tommy boy. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Happy birthday. It's not your birthday. I don't know why I wished you a happy birthday. I got distracted with the music, everyone. I was having a good time. Okay, Tom, let's go then for 13 in 3, 2, 1. Your time starts now. Sorry. You're so good at 2. 3 you're the best at. I've never seen anyone better.
Poke the tongue out. Good for concentration.
I literally have never seen anybody do a better 4 than you. 5 is solid. Come on, Tommy. 6 is absolutely easy. 6, 7. Oh, he's going. Oh, I've never seen a double before, but he's gone for it, everybody. Big regrets. Big regret. Oh, Tom, you've got 30 seconds left. Sorry, I was so distracted. Oh my goodness. What's he up to? Tom, you've got 15 seconds. You have to go 2 now. That's 11. You go 2 more and you've completed it. You've got 10 seconds to line it up, bud. You've got 10 seconds to line it up. 10 seconds to line it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Oh my goodness. But everybody, because he did get 12, means he matched it. What does it mean if he matched it? He matched it.
I'll take that.
Are you happy?
I'm a 5 out of 10 happy. I'm pleased because I did it and I matched it. I want to do. I know we don't have time to do it now, but I'm gonna do it.
Yes, you are. And so, if you're watching at home, we are going to do a video very, very soon when we're allowed to be back in the same room without social distance and stuff. We're going to put the video together where we will basically get you that world record.
I'm just going to sit in a room until it happens.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, go now and you go and do that right now. Oh, guys, amazing. Tommy Boy, you're an absolute legend. Beth, why don't you come back in? We've got a few more shout-outs to get you as we finish the evening. Thank you so much for joining. There's a lot of love for Tom. Loads of people shouting match. And what does a match get you?
You've matched!
A match. Yeah, you can tell that wasn't rehearsed. So much love for Tommy Boy in the comments. B, you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, well, someone has said here that they're wondering how this could possibly be a world record, because 12 doesn't sound like very many.
Exactly.
However, I wonder if there's anyone watching who thinks that they could beat this world record. Why not have a go and tag Intro Outro's Instagram?
Yeah.
And we can see if you've beaten Tom, if you beat the world record as well.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
We should also say that donuts do cost money. So there is a cost to this world record. And so, yeah, just be aware of that.
We do not cover any of the costs.
Yeah, we won't cover the cost of anything. Yeah, loads of love for Tom. Loads of love. Lots of love for the singing. Louise Woolley says, good singing. So much love. So thanks for that. Loads of love for Tom. B, anyone else?
Oh, we have got someone saying, shout out for Auntie Ali and Uncle Pip and Darby.
Wait, is that them? Are they actually here? Oh no, it's Andrew.
Herbert,
it's their son. It's their son, Andrew Herbert.
Close
Shout
relative.
out to you.
Close relative.
He's in Wolverhampton. But I tell you where Uncle Pip and Auntie Ali are. They're in Derby.
Hey! So much love for Derby. This is incredible. Someone as well is asking, what about the voucher for the Instagram story? So just a reminder, what's happening with that?
Yeah, so tag us in your Instagram stories, let us know, and we will reveal that tomorrow by midday. We will send you a post if you've been selected for that. So don't worry, we will tell you tomorrow if you have won that. So do not worry.
Indeed. I also have a final ask
Yes.
of you and your talents.
Oh.
Because some people have commented asking if you could please speak some gobbledygook.
Wow.
What?
I can speak gobbledygook. For those who don't know, this is a language.
Another talent of
this is a language that we did in a previous video. Me and my brother can speak this. So I will say something in gobbledygook now. I don't know why I just introduced myself as I'm going to do it. Thavagank, Yuvagu, Savago, Mothergutch, Fuvago, Wavagot, Chiviging, Divigis, Lovergive, Yuvagu guys, Yuvagu Gover guys, Havagav, Biviging, Gravigate!
Was that like a, you guys have been great at the end?
You guys have been great at the end. It was thanks so much for watching the live. You guys have been great. Shout out to my brother who speaks that, and also Spirit and Truth Church. I know you're watching tonight, and you guys can speak gobbledygook as well.
Yes, indeed. But we have come to the end of the evening, and we have had an amazing time. We hope you guys have had an amazing time as well. And tonight would have been very lonely and sad and boring if you guys hadn't tuned in. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you so much. And guys, thank you to everybody, the team here. Guys, shout out to you guys. What does a match get you? A match! Yes, it does. Yay. Shout out to you guys for being here. Thank you to everybody who's been involved in our pre-recorded content. The singers, the musicians, Johnny, Josh, all the guest announcers. You guys have been absolutely brilliant. Agony Uncle Steve, we could not have done it without you. We love you guys. Last thing to say, if you are new around here, why not subscribe to Intro Outro? This is effectively a taster in a live evening and what we're about. We're all about spreading joy, having fun. So if this is the first time you've seen Intro Outro, why not subscribe? Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in a video very, very soon. See you later.
Bye.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Banana.
Oh my goodness!
Right, you ready? No.